All right, guys, so back to working on the truck here. As you can see, I got it all pulled in the shop, and I am about to lift it on the hoist. Normally, I would lift it on my hoist over here, but we got a vehicle sitting on it right now, so I gotta use this one, which is no big deal. I'll just put some rags over the wood just to protect my frame from getting chipped. And guys, the time has come. I'm actually finally, well, I say finally, I'm actually going to be lifting it more and finally fixing the alignment. There we go. So hopefully I get her sitting about right, to where I'm happy, and I get the alignment fixed, because as you can see, it's pigeon-toed in, not good. And I am going to finally be doing a retorque on it. It's been, I think, like 650 miles or so, and it's definitely due for a retorque, because I don't know, I'll check it again when it's up, but I don't think anything really came loose, which, I mean, like, something had to have to throw the alignment off, because it pulls hard to the left, and it's been like that basically like a few days after I got it aligned, and I just never did anything about it. But I will finally be doing something about that. And I got offset ball joints to account for the lift I'm doing and stuff like that. But I'm hoping it all works out too. If not, I got a plan B, and I got to do something, hopefully I can get the brake lines to stretch out a little bit more so that the brake hoses aren't, getting stretched and damaged. And then I also already got measurements from each, normally you'd go from the ground to the body, but I got to go from the tire to the, fender. And then I did the hitch and the bumper in the front, so I can see how much I get out of it from doing this. So that's the plan. I also got a body mount for it. We got a junk car laying around here, so I took the body mount off of it and I cleaned it all up, and I sprayed the little washer, of course. I got to do every little part. Got both sides, of course, because you'll never see the one side. And I cleaned this up. This thing cleaned up really nice. So it'll fit right in. And I'll get that bolted up. So now I finally have all 6 cab mounts holding the cab onto the frame, because I somehow lost one when I was building it and putting it back together. Was it? Oh, I think it was on the other side, but it's the center one on the other side, and the bolt's just been chilling in there. But I'm just gonna do a retorque down of everything. So, do my stuff to the front end, and then make sure everything else is tight. Finally get the sway bar put back in it. Check all the body mounts, make sure all those are still good and tight. And then, like, my rear diff cover, that started leaking on me, which is weird because it went 6 months without leaking. So I crawled under there, and all the bolts were a little loose. So I was like, well, that's not good. I might have to reseal it now, but, I should have checked it. But, I mean, when you do lift kits, I think, at least from what I recall, the rough country ones say to retorque it after 500 miles, which I'm a little over that, but, I just got to do it now and get it all done with. So I'm going to get started on that and get it up in the air and start tearing it apart. Also, I almost forgot, over here on my toolbox. So these are the offset ball joints right there. As you can see, they offset. And then I got new tie rod ends because I filled the other ones with grease, and then I had to modify them. So then grease got pushed out the boot, and I don't like that. So I'm just putting new ones on it again. And then, like I said, mount right here. And then I got some cutout valves for the exhaust, and I got new gaskets right here, some thick ones. And then I got to wire it all up and get it all hooked up, so then I don't got any loose wires underneath. So I'm going to try and get all that cleaned up, but I don't know how far I'm going to get tonight. So I got to get this stuff painted, and I don't know if it's going to be dry or not. And then I got a new CV axle right here too. So I'm going to get all this stuff done, and I'll show you guys how far I get. All right, guys, so I'm sorry I didn't show much. I was just working on prepping the front end stuff, and I got it over here drying now. Just sprayed the ball joints and the tie rod ends, and I got the CV axle all prepped, but I'm gonna wait on that just because I don't need to change it right now. Plus, I mean, I ran out of paint, so that's the biggest thing. But so I got it on the hoist still, and as you can see, you know, a whole hand off the ground still. And then we go over here. I got the rear done, and here is the rear. Now it's not fully compressed, but it's fully on the ground. I cannot roll the tire, and you know, it's obviously gonna compress a few more inches, but that is a huge difference. I mean, I added a full 3 inches to the rear. I was actually able to do it exactly how I wanted to. If we get over here, kind of, you can see. So yeah, it's gonna be really raked until I get the front end done, but I'm waiting for that paint to dry, so I'll have to do it tomorrow night and all that. But I got some other modifications I gotta do still now. I'm gonna need longer brake hoses, because yeah, that's not good for the brake lines. Obviously it's still got, you know, come down and settle a little bit more. I need shocks for a 10 to 12 inch lift now. These little 6-inch lift shocks are not gonna cut it. They're way too short, so I'll put this with the other lift kit I have, and I guess now I gotta find longer shocks. Hopefully I can find some longer Fox shocks, maybe with the external reservoir too. That would be pretty sweet, but we'll have to see about that. And as you can see how I did the lift, not legit at all, but you know what? We'll take it. I really did not want to buy a huge leaf pack and have to paint every leaf again. So I bought the longest U-bolts I could find, and I just added another 3-inch block. I know it's not legit, and I'm gonna be careful, try not to beat on it too much, because I definitely should get track bars now, because I don't want my axle to wrap on itself. So a little safety precaution there. It's straight up show mode right now. But for functionality, definitely needs track bars. And I was just gonna get some like rough country ones, just because everything else on the truck's rough country, and just because it's a nice affordable option. But I'm hoping I don't have to bolt it to the bottom with my U-bolts, because I don't got much thread left. As you can see, not enough to bolt a plate to it for a track bar. So I might have to do some fabricating there or something of the sort, or like a track bar fabricated into the bottom plate, or some kind of clamp, or maybe even have to weld it to the rear axle. I don't know, but I gotta do something there. But I guess I'll just let it down all the way now. Yeah, see, she settled quite a bit, but it's definitely still really tall in the rear. So that's fully on the ground. Hopefully, okay, so my ABS sensors should be able to reach all the way, which is good. And yeah, so my brakes are a little stretched out, but honestly, that could still fit on there and bolt up. I don't know, maybe it might be fine. Now, all the way on the ground, you can see my shocks barely reach, which would not be good, because for shocks, you need a certain amount down and up. And, well, if I drove it like this, it would destroy the shocks. And these are like, what, $350 shocks? So I definitely don't want to do that. But that just goes to show how much taller it is. And, you know, I should just get new brake hoses, just, you know, to have that new. I mean, I replaced everything else on the truck basically by now. So it wouldn't hurt to get some new brake hoses, just because they are original. So might just get some lifted ones. And yeah, so I got some stuff to order. But the rear of it is done. And it is definitely a difference. Who knows? I might have to find a new wheel setup here, but that won't be till next year. So we're gonna have to rock with these just because she's gonna be going in storage in a few weeks anyways. But definitely gonna be doing the front end tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. And I'll leave it there for you guys. So I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, boys. So you know, for the show truck build, how I always wanted a 12-inch lift. Well, I finally have a 12-inch lift in the rear, but not the front. And as you can see, she is pretty raked right now. So I'm gonna be doing the front tomorrow night. I mean, it's already hella late right now, but front's probably gonna take a lot of work. But I got the rear all done, and it's pretty jank. Shocks definitely don't reach anymore. Brakes a little stretched out. I'm probably just gonna get extended brake hoses, just so I have, you know, no brake worries, and that, you know, those are new also, because might as well replace that because I replaced everything else. But I got some blocks stacked up, getting there to 12 inches, and yeah, I can't even see in the box anymore. So yeah, she's definitely a big bitch now. Bro, this is sitting in my other truck with a 3.5-inch lift, and this is looking over at mine with the 12-inch. Well, it might actually be 12.5 in the rear. I'm not totally sure. Kind of losing track at this point. Bro, let's just look at this difference here. Big old offset ball joint now compared to that ball joint. Just looks so little. Bro, look at this difference. This side's a whole 3 inches lower now. All right, guys, so the truck is finally done, and here it is. So it's actually been a while for me. I know for you guys it's just, you know, a second later, but I put these small wheels back on it to get it all aligned, and it is all aligned now. And I got the rear shackles put in it and the rear lifted up more, and then the front I had to do a few little things. And now it is sitting at a true 14-inch lift. So it is a full, like, 5 inches taller than it was before. And now I'm getting the big wheels switched back onto it. And it is dead aligned now. Like, it is, you know, like a brand new truck again. Except for, you know, being pretty stretched in the front. You know, the angles are definitely off. I mean, I might have to do something about that at some point. But I don't know, it might be just a show truck. I might not drive it too much now, but who knows. I still want to have fun with it. And I definitely got to switch the CV out, because you can see it's spitting grease everywhere. And it looks like it's even worse now because of how bad the angle is on it. But I got a brand new CV at home. Just was trying to avoid it because, you know, it's going to suck to get a new one on because of the angle. But I'll have to get that done. No big deal. And then I got to wire up all my lights now. And I want to put a bow tie in the front. And just, you know, a bunch of little wiring stuff and whatnot. So it's getting there. It's almost done. And then I got to get the wheel well liners in it finally. But this thing's filthy and it needs to be cleaned. And, you know, snow's on its way. Not quite yet, but it'll come. So it's going to have to get put away here. Well, there's no snow for this week, but who knows, maybe next week or something. But, you know, its time's almost up. But at least she'll be fully ready to go for next year. And hopefully, if you guys are around, I don't know where exactly it'll end up, but I plan on bringing it to some shows at least. I just don't know what ones yet. And, you know, if I have time, I'd love to take it out to some shows, you know, see what people think, you know, just show it off. And who knows, maybe get some side jobs or whatnot. So there you guys have it. The suspension is fully done now, and the alignment, so I can check that off the list. And yeah, it's time to get the big wheels put back on it. And, you know, test her out. And there you guys have it. So hope that you guys are enjoying it so far. And I'll see you guys in the next one.